facts of everything they see. They know it's me, I don't,
Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And tonight, we'll see the Memphis Grizzlies as they go up against the Boston Celtics. This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter. And checking out some numbers for Kristaps Porzingis.
And he's gone cold over the last 10 games, guys. His scoring numbers are down, and he can't seem to get out of this rough patch. He's got to get himself going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Brown in at the 3. And for Memphis, manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the small forward position. And the focus of both of these teams, offense. Doris, it's about putting points on the board in bunches.
BA, it seems to be a league-wide trend in many respects. There's so much conversation about how skilled these players are, the range shooting that you've got to deal with defensively. I think we've got to redefine the definition of good defense because these guys are so good.
Here's Wells. Jackson outside. Clock at 6. Here's Morant. Yes! And a nice assist from Jackson.
Yeah, we're seeing Morant get more and more comfortable operating off the ball.
White, the pass to Brown. Uncovered. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. Now here's Morant. Looking at his stats, he's getting just over 23 points a game. Pass to Wells for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
The way Morant sets up his teammates is as good as any guard in this league.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. It's a 5-point game, outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
I thought they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
And when it comes to the Grizzlies, they're a team that's hungry to take that next step, really.
Yeah, and they've got the core to do it, B.A. You got Morant, Bane, and Jackson. They're all all-star caliber players and still in their mid-20s. So they've got a lot of great chemistry and time to get it right. I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points. Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
He misses the free throw.
And the growth of Jackson Jr. is downright scary, especially defensively. This guy has been upping his game, and no opponent is happy about that.
And he sinks the second. Brown with it. 20 points for him last game against New York.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
Knocks down the long J.
Jason Tatum has built such consistency from beyond the arc. Doesn't matter if there's a contest or not.
Here's Wells. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Here's Morant. Holiday grabs the miss. The Celtics have gone 1 for 3 so far. Brown looking around. Pass to Tatum. Lets the 3 fly. Ja Morant grabs a miss. For Memphis, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Wells, the pass to Bane. Shoots over White. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Back to Tatum. The 3 is up. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
You know, the ability for Jason Tatum to be ready on the catch, those opportunities make the game a little bit easier.
Outside Bane. 3-pointer. Rebound Boston. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies. Came away with a win.
They were able to pull out a win last time because their bench came up big. It's so important to have depth on your roster.
I think sometimes the bench can make or break you in a particular game, and that was a total team effort, no question.
Holiday passes to White over Bain, and there's White. That's good on the assist from Holiday.
To me, this is when Derek White is at his most dangerous. When the jumper is falling, it opens up the other aspects of his game.
Timeout called. Memphis.
On your defense, your Grizzlies.
Horford's checked in for Boston. All right, let's take a look at the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These are the teams dominating the offensive glass this season. In third, the Grizzlies.
You've got to respect the work ethic of these guys on the offensive glass. They don't give up on possessions and hit the boards with aggression.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Edey. Now Morant over Holiday. And yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one.
An active scorer. Morant's role on this team is to be aggressive on offense and look to capitalize often.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Grizzlies great Marc Gasol last season retiring from basketball. He embraced the city of Memphis. He said, quote, "I think a player has to feel that it's their city and they have to fight for it. You play with a different mindset when you do that." To me, winning was the most important thing.
And they did a lot of winning, Allie. Now here's Clark. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Aldama outside. Three-pointer off the mark. Boston has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, B.A. At 7'2", it isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
Now here's Bain. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Aldama, no good. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 8 so far. Morant against Holiday. And here's Brown for 3. He buries it from 3.
Now, Jaylen Brown is now so legit from deep. Boy, you better make sure you're contesting that 3 ball. That's how good he is.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Pass to Clark. Outside Bain. Clark with the screen. Fires the 3. Bain, no good.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And it's Brown off the drive. Can't hit from in close. And it's Bain with the ball for Memphis. They trail by 3. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
It's a fine line between playing with urgency and being out of control. And they cross that line.
You have got to be a low-mistake team in today's NBA because once those turnovers start piling up, you're giving your opponent too many extra looks.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Boston out in front. They're up by 3. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Celtics lead by 3. Santi Aldama out there with Jaren Jackson. Then it's Brandon Clark. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Pippen in at the point guard position. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on the team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Boy, once he gets going, all 6'8", 210 pounds, Tatum, very hard to stop off the bounce.
Here's Pippen. He had a 30-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Clock at 4. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Craig with a steal. There's Tatum with the 3. Tatum! Money from deep.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Here's Pippen. No points yet. And the basket by Aldama.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Pass to Hauser. This one for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Hauser's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Grizzlies trail by 8. Here's Pippen. Aldama outside. Jackson the screen. And it's Aldama off the drive. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First team.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
Santi Aldama. Taking 2 shots.
He's off on the first. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And the second free throw is good. Boston leading by 7. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Three-pointer, Holiday. The rebound by Jackson. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Wells. Here's Pippen. Still without a bucket. Jackson for 3. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Tatum inside. And it's Bane with the rebound. Grizzlies trail by 7. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. From the arc. Rebound Boston. Here's Hauser. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Tatum, second chance effort. Aldama grabs a board.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Wells, the pass to Pippen. Payne with it. Let's go with a three. That shot off the mark.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Here they come, fans. Your Grizzlies worker, make some noise.
Clark is checked in for Memphis. Morant comes in for Pippen. Brown, he's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Pritchard. And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. 9-point game. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Pass to Bane. Here's Aldama, hounded by Tatum. Just 4 to shoot. Ooh, Morant battling inside.
Because of his ability to elevate and make adjustments in air, Morant has no trouble scoring inside.
And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Pass to Bane, puts up a deep three. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got his 4th rebound in this one. And here's Porzingis. Outside, Brown. There's Tatum with the 3. And Morant clears the board.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Bane finds Morant. 1:24 left to play in the half.
A swat by Porzingis, that wingspan, letting you know he's in the house.
And out of bounds, Boston will have it. And we see Mike Miller in the crowd. He won 6th Man of the Year in a Grizzlies uniform.
You know, they could use some of this shooting right now as they're struggling to get it going.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
You see yourself on the screen, and you show us your best move. Let's go! Let's see your best move.
changes here for the Grizzlies. Edey comes in for Clark, and it's Jaren Jackson in for Aldama. Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. Here's Holiday. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. Pass to Porzingis from the baseline. Cleared away by Wells.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Boston leading by 7. To the inside. And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, you have to admire the size and strength of Jackson Jr. Just fantastic work establishing himself inside and slamming it down.
White on the wing, guarded by Bain. And here's Brown for 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the shot goes down. Now just a 3-point Celtic lead.
Yeah, what an aggressive take from Bain. So confident on these drives.
Outside, Brown. 12 seconds left in the first half. To stop the drought, and he drives in.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Pass to Morant. Puts up a deep 3. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Celtics out in front, leading by 5. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Thanks so much, Chris Stapps. You guys hold the lead. How do you evaluate your team's play in this first half?
I think we played pretty well. Defensively, we were helping each other. We were there in the right spots. Just the last couple of minutes of this second quarter, we gotta let them get to the basket and get in our paint and score easy buckets.
Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, but first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standings are stacking up as the season winds down.
Taking a look here now at Boston, they've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part in the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
Changing topics now, how impressive was Jason Tatum in that first half?
Talk about stretching the floor, great percentage from deep. You have to guard him out there. That provides spacing for this team.
And it opens things up for everyone else. Those driving lanes are just big when he's there.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Here's Tatum. Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. The two J's, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. 6 to shoot. Okay, do it, KP.
Boy, what a display of toughness from Kristaps Porzingis. He's a rock down low.
Morant, the pass to Wells. Now Jackson. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Pass to Tatum. Here's the 3. And it's Bane with the rebound. Bane's got 4 rebounds now. Morant with it. He's covered by Holiday. And it's Morant missing.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Grizzlies trail by 9. Brown with the steal. Pass to Tatum. Shoots. Boston, no good that time either.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Morant, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That one on Tatum.
What determination from Morant in the paint, getting his shot off despite being fouled.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
The boundless athleticism Morant has is really special. He's someone that is always in attack mode.
That one misses. Pass to Jackson. Over Porzingis. And there's Jackson on the assist by Edey. Jackson's got 5.
Yeah, that's how Jackson's most effective, playing aggressive around the basket.
Outside Holiday. Tatum against Jackson. Tatum like a friend. Oh, throw it down.
Can you say
wow.
elevation?
Oh, my goodness. Jason Tatum, you've got to be kidding me. How pretty was that?
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Grizzlies trail by 8. All right, now a timeout called by Memphis.
Yeah, I think one thing Coach will address in this timeout right now is you're missing a lot of shots. Why not become more of a facilitator out there?
On second set, now on the court is your host squad. Get down and let them hear it. The loudest fans will get free pieces. So make some noise.
Richards checked in for White. And a chance to look at the block shot numbers over the last few seasons for Jaren Jackson.
And his shot blocking hasn't been nearly as potent as it was a few years ago. It's a shame, really, because his ability to intimidate the other team and be a big presence on the defensive end really gave his team an edge.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Outside Morant. Shakes him. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Come on, this kid is electric. Morant draws a lot of fouls with the way he plays.
Memphis shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Morant. Aldama's checked in for Memphis. And Morant drops them both. Now Tatum. 13 points in the game. Pass to Pritchard. To the middle. KP wrecks the rim.
Just fundamental basketball from Kristaps Porzingis. Establish yourself inside and finish with the jam.
And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
Down low. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. Pass to Jackson. Shoots over Tatum, fades away and sinks the tough shot. Jackson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Flashing the in-between game, nice. I mean, Jackson is more than capable of draining this when given the chance.
Outside, Brown. Brown gets the inside finish.
Well, obviously, the defense has not been great this half, and you've got to be able to address this quickly.
Outside Morant, outside Bain. Pass to Jackson. Tatum with some nice D. Boston leading by 8. Here's Brown. Got it. Good job in the low post. Brown's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And their offense has been much tighter since halftime. Guys are starting to work together, moving the ball around, getting good shots.
Here's Edey. Still no points. From deep, Bain. Sinks it from distance.
And I like that there. I mean, get Bain something in rhythm.
End of quarter management here. They can go 2 for 1.
Make the math work in your favor.
Porzingis with a screen on Bain. Inside. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Pass to Bain. 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game.
Just a load to deal with inside. When Jackson Jr. goes up strong, he puts the defense in difficult situations.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far at the line.
Jaren Jackson Jr. taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And the Celtics making a change here. And so Jackson nails both of them.
They're finding a rhythm from the line as they try to cut into this deficit.
Here's Pritchard. No made baskets yet. Pass to Brown. Comes up empty down low. And so it's the Boston Celtics closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. We've got Santi Aldama, also Brandon Clark out there, and it's Bain in a 2-guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Aldama, the pass to Clark. And denied! He sends it right off the glass. Here's Hauser. And it's off from 3-point range.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Bain with it, picked up by Tatum. The drive by Bain. That one's good for 2.
And even if he isn't the biggest, strongest guy out there, Bain can still do damage inside.
Here's Pritchard. Lays it up and banks it in. Pritchard's gotten his first points in this one.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
Outside Bain. Lets it go from deep. Connects from downtown. Bain's got 5 points now this quarter.
Anytime he can, Bain is taking this shot. I mean, he is supremely confident from range.
Pass to Craig. Horford with it. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Pritchard. Shoots. It's rebounded by Memphis. Bain's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Wells. Pippen, pass to Aldama. Now Clark. Pass to Pippen. Back to Clark. The 3. Boston pulls it in. Here's Pritchard. Outside Tatum. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Craig passes to Pritchard. From downtown, Aldama grabs the board.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Pass to Clark. Uses the glass on the layup. And now just a 2-point Boston lead.
0 rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Grizzlies with some changes. Edey's checked in for Clark. Jackson comes in for Aldama. And it's Ja Morant in for Pippen. A big group substitution here for Boston. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Horford. Brown comes in for Hauser. White, he's checked in for Craig. And Drew Holiday is subbed in for Pritchard. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He dug into his team for being too complacent on offense, saying, "You're just chucking up the first three you see out there. Be more patient on offense, move the ball around, make the defense work. Guys, let's see if ball movement improves out there."
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Left side, Porzingis. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. Again, the miss by Boston.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Outside Morant. Pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. Jackson outside to take the lead. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. And the Grizzlies lead by 1.
It's clear Jackson Jr. embraces the spotlight. He's a solid scorer who makes important shots for this team.
Brown.
Oh, wow! Incredible!
You can tell Jaylen Brown embraces these kinds of moments. Big-time bucket.
Jackson outside. We've got 1:55 left in the final quarter. Jackson the screen from deep. Bane. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Floats one. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Desmond Bane.
Boy, over the years, Tatum has really mastered the art of drawing fouls.
Jason Tatum, 2 shots.
On the first, and that'll put him up 2.
From the moment Jason Tatum stepped into this league, he has been a guy who has wanted the burden offensively, and he has delivered.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
In a close contest, you have to put the ball in the hands of someone who will find a way to put up points.
Here's Morant. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Well, one thing we know, Porzingis is fearless. He had no hesitation on what was a huge basket for them.
Here's Morant. Boston pulls it in. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
And they're putting together another quality possession. They're taking control of this game.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
And here are the Celtics. It's been 8 unanswered for them. Outside Tatum. There's the screen. There's the 3. Sends it home from 3-point land. And it's a 10-point Boston lead.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Timeout called. Memphis. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Edey to the inside. Here's Morant. Kicks it out to Bane. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Yeah, pretty fearless move by Bane, making sure he gets the shot off.
Next man, Bane. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that brings him within single digits.
And such a unique player. Bane is a powerful guard with an incredibly soft touch.
And Bane drops them both. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Morant against Holiday. Inside. The rebound by Edey. And so it's Bane who brings up the ball for Memphis. Trailing by 8. And here's Morant outside.
And he's easily led the way on the boards tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
So we see Boston get the win here. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
Jason, with you guys being such a young team, how do you continue to improve to reach your potential?
We got to watch film. I mean, we did a lot of good things today. So a lot of things we could have done better. And we just got to be focused, composed, and play with a lot of poise, and we'll be fine.
Poise normally comes with experience, but because you're so young, you're finding it early. Congrats.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Jason Tatum.